They gathered in the shadows of a comment section light, building castles out of rumors in the middle of the night. Never met me, never knew me, never walked a mile in my shoes, but they knew exactly who I was from somebody else's news. They said I was a villain, they said I was a fraud, a monster in the making, a disgrace before God. Every whisper grew a little, every tale became a fact, and before I knew it, fiction wore reality's hat. They wrote my story page by page, filled the margins up with rage, turned a man into a myth and fought a war that didn't exist. They wrote my story black and white, convinced themselves that they were right, but no matter what they say about me, my story still belongs to me. They analyzed my family, they diagnosed my mind, they searched for hidden motives they were never gonna find. They spoke about my mother like they'd stood beside her bed, inventing brand new histories for someone they never met. The audience kept clapping while the rumors took the stage. The trolls became performers feeding off the outrage. Every accusation echoed through their little online town, and every time I answered they said that proved I'd been found. They wrote my story page by page, filled the margins up with rage, turned a man into a myth and fought a war that didn't exist. They wrote my story black and white, convinced themselves that they were right, but no matter what they say about me, my story still belongs to me. Maybe they were bored, maybe they were lost, maybe hating someone else helped them forget the cost of living every moment through a screen and through a lie, watching somebody else's life while their own drifted by. Final all hurt drifted by. They wrote my story chapter 10, then we wrote it all again. Heroes, villains, saints and thieves, built from things they chose to believe. They wrote my story year by year, but the truth is still standing here. And when the noise has faded away, the truth is what remains. So write your comments, make your claims, invent your plots and call your names. You can talk until the end of time, but you'll never own what's mine.
They said, Matt, what are you gonna do? How you gonna make your dreams come true? I looked around at the work I've done, years of stories and the race I've run. Camera rolling, microphone, building a channel all on my own. Every comment, every late night show, planting seeds that continue to grow. I've got ideas stacked high to the sky, 1,000 reasons not to say goodbye. If you got a voice and a tale to tell, there's more than one road that can lead you well. 10 ways to make a living, 10 ways to survive, 10 ways to take your passion and keep the dream alive. Books and films and memberships too, building something bigger from the things you do. 10 ways to make a living, 10 roads left to roam, turning all those crazy years into something of your own. You sway what I say, that's the name of the game. Keep creating every day and let the world know your name. Write a book from the life you've led, fill the pages with the words you've said. Make a film from a story untold, turn imagination into silver and gold. Build a website, start a blog, share your thoughts like a captain's log. Put your catchphrases on a shirt to wear, and find your supporters everywhere. Every setback can become a song, every rough road can carry you on. What looks like trouble can become a spark, lighting a fire in the dark. 10 ways to make a living, 10 ways to survive, 10 ways to take your passion and keep the dream alive. Books and films and memberships too, bidding something bigger from the things you do. 10 ways to make a living, 10 roads left to roam, turning all those crazy years into something of your own. You sway what I say, that's the name of the game. Keep creating every day and let the world know your name. Crowdfund a project, write another script, take a wild idea and let it rip. History, documentaries, stories from the past. Some things are built to last. Take the archive, dust it down. There's treasure hidden all around. Years of work don't disappear, they become tomorrow's souvenir. 10 ways to make a living, 10 ways to be free, 10 ways to turn a vision into opportunity. The camera's rolling, the future's bright, another chapter starts tonight. 10 ways to make a living, 10 chances to begin. The greatest investment is believing from within. You sway what I say and the story rolls along. One more dream, one more film, one more book, one more song. 1,000 ideas and still there's room for more. Every closed window opens another door. So here's to the future, whatever it may bring. greatest talent is creating.
They gather around with solemn faces, talking about the good old days, trying hard to find some virtues in 1,000 selfish ways. But I remember all the chaos, every storm you used to bring. Now the silence sounds like music, and the birds have learned to sing. Some departures leave a hole, some departures set you free. And when your shadow left the doorway, the sun came shining back on me. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Don't let the door hit you on the way. No tears, no black armbands, no reason for a day of dismay. We'll raise a glass and celebrate it. The clouds have finally drifted away. Good riddance to bad rubbish. What a beautiful day. You called yourself a blessing, like some gift from up above. But every conversation felt like punishment, not love. Now the room feels 10 feet wider. Now the air is easier to breathe. Funny how the world gets brighter when negativity takes its lead. Some goodbyes are painful, some goodbyes are overdue, and every clock around here seems to tick a little sweeter without you. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Don't let the door hit you all the way. No tears, no black armbands, no reason for a day of dismay. We'll raise a glass and celebrate it. The clouds have finally drifted away. Good riddance to bad rubbish. What a beautiful day. This isn't bitterness talking, it's relief that's finally arrived. Sometimes the greatest gift you get is watching trouble wave goodbye. So here's to fresh beginnings, to peace of mind at last. Some people are chapters worth remembering, others belong in the past. Good riddance to bad rubbish. The party starts the moment you're gone. No sad violins playing, no mourning carrying on. We'll dance beneath the sunshine and sing a happy farewell song. Good riddance to bad rubbish. The world keeps rolling on. Some exits bring heartbreak, some exits bring delight. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Sleep easy tonight.
The mouse sat down at the keyboard late, typing out another line of fate. Victims of Matt Taylor can't get justice, he said, then vanished away and left the questions instead. Who are these victims? Tell me their names. What are the facts behind these claims? What happened, where, and when was it done? Or is it another accusation fired truth when the evidence broke. Who are the victims? What are they victims of? Show me the story, not the rumors thereof. You say there's justice waiting somewhere in the night, but if you're making accusations, bring them into the light. Who are the victims? What happened to them? Are we talking about facts or the gossip of men? You say malicious rumors have followed me around, then who was spreading them all over town? Shelly mode gets mentioned in the tale as proof that some of the stories fail. Malicious rumors, that's the phrase you chose. A curious flower from a curious rose. Because if the rumors are malicious and false, who pushed them forward? Who led the waltz? Who repeated them daily? Who gave them a stage? Who fueled the outrage and manufactured the rage? You can't have it both ways, you can't have both sides. Truth doesn't care where a contradiction hides. Who are the victims? What are they victims of? Show me the story, not the rumors thereof. You say there's justice waiting somewhere in the night, but if you're making accusations, bring them into the light. Who are the victims? What happened to them? Are we talking about facts or the gossip of men? You say malicious rumors have followed me around, then who was spreading them all over town? A whisper becomes a headline becomes a fact becomes a weapon, and nobody looks back. The louder that they shout it, the more they think it's true, but repeating something often doesn't make the story new. Who are the victims? What are they victims of? Show me the evidence, not assumptions thereof. If justice is your mission, then facts must lead the way, not rumors in the darkness at the end of every day. Who are the victims? That's all I'm asking now. I'm not a slogan or a label or a self-appointed vow. If malicious rumors exist, as even you have said, then maybe that's the question that should be answered instead. Who are the victims? What are they victims of? The question keeps on echoing while the answers never comes.
Yeah. 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 It's very difficult for victims of Matt Taylor to get justice when he can point to people like Shelly Moat spreading malicious rumors like this about him, which he can use in his defense in court.
It's very difficult for victims of Matt Taylor to get justice when he can point to people like Shelly Moat spreading malicious rumors like this about him, which he can use in his defense in court.
frog in boiling water jumps and makes a dash. A frog in warming water sits and turns to mash. The heat comes up so slowly that he never sees the trap, just floating there contentedly, enjoying his warm bath. They'll tell you it's a fairy tale, a story that's not true, but raise the heat a little bit and watch what creatures do. A degree today, another one tomorrow in the mix, and before you know it, dinner's served, simmering since 1066. We're simmering in shit since 1066. Taking every shovel load and calling it politics. War and debt and taxes, every bureaucratic fix. We're frogs inside the saucepan, simmering in shit since 1066. If somebody could lift us out and show us where we stand, we'd stare in disbelief at what we've let get out of hand. The wars, the crime, the poverty, the fines we all obey, the endless forms and questionnaires that steal our lives away. Income tax and interest rates, insurance every week, means testing and regulations, politicians who still speak. 1,000 little burdens piled in government-made bricks, all added to the saucepan. Since 1066, we're simmering in shit since 1066. Taking every shovel load and calling it politics. War and debt and taxes, every bureaucratic fix. We're frogs inside the saucepan, simmering in shit since 1066. Normans came with ledgers, castles, kings and chains, measured every acre, counted cattle on the plains. The Domesday men were riding while our ancestors complied, and nearly 1,000 years have passed and we're still signing on the line. Normans, Tudors, Stuarts, Hanover and Windsor too. Different crowns and different names, but somehow something grew. Each dynasty brought promises, each dynasty brought tricks. Another layer in the saucepan since 1066. The Normans had their 88, Plantagenets 245. Lancaster and York took turns at keeping crowns alive. The Tudors and the Stuarts came and overtook the stage, and Windsor's been upon the throne for over a century of age. Every house eventually discovers time won't wait. Empires fade and kingdoms crack beneath their growing weight. The question isn't who they are or what the history depicts. The question is who's climbing from the saucepan's dirty mix. Find us simmering in shit since 1066. Generation after generation learning all the tricks. Told there's no alternative, told resistance never sticks. But frogs can still jump out, you know, from simmering in shit since 1066. The water isn't boiling yet, at least that's what they say. But every year the heat goes up a little more each day. So look around and ask yourself before the final fix. since 1066. According to Tony Quigley on a common thread somewhere, Harry Munger, Tony Harris, different names in the air. He paints a picture in bold letters, sharp and unkind, like truth gets twisted every time it passes through a mind. They say it loud from behind a screen in an angry crowd, but words don't weigh what they throw around when nobody's there to pin it down. They say I'm a bad father in a story I didn't write, a narcissist in the comments at 3 in the night, undeserving of the love that stands here by my side. But it's only they say in the glow of the light, just they say, just noise on display in the endless scrolling of the things people say. They say I never made it past the first phase line, and I've been the story of my own mother's time, that I built up tales just to make them shine. But it's all secondhand from a fractured line. They say it spreads so fast, but truth and rumor never last, when every voice is a shouting match and nobody checks what they catch. They say I'm a bad father in a story I didn't write, a narcissist in the comments at 3 in the night, undeserving of the love that stands here by my side. But it's only they say in the glow of the light, just they say, just noise on display, and the echoes echo where opinions play. And somewhere it turns into anger and heat, words like weapons on a digital street. But I'm still standing where I've always been, not inside their version of where I've been. They say I'm a bad father in a story I didn't write, but I wake up every morning and I live my life, and the truth isn't found in a common fight. It's quieter than all their noise at night. Just they say it will fade away, like everything shouted online today. They say it's Elon building rockets in the sky, Bill Gates with his billions passing by, Trump in the headlines every single day, or a king in a palace far away. But they're all standing in the shadow of a name, a whispered little secret in a very curious game. A man so grand, so vital, so profound, that somehow everybody talks when he's not around. He's the most important man in the world, though his flag is never unfurled. He doesn't need to argue, doesn't need to explain. Others fight the battles in his name. The best father, the finest soul, according to the stories that are told.
You never hear his voice, but the rumors never end. The most important man in the world, my friend. Mentioning his name is apparently forbidden, like a treasure in a vault that's carefully hidden. He never writes replies, never joins the fight. His loyal tribe appears from out of sight. They patrol the commons, they guard the gate, correcting every stranger who dares to speculate. Before he's even noticed, before he's even seen, they're defending his honor like a well machine. He's the most important man in the world, though his flag is never unfurled. He doesn't need to argue, doesn't need to explain. Others fight the battles in his name. The best father, the finest soul, according to the stories that are told. You never hear his voice, but the rumors never end. The most important man in the world, my friend. Everybody's talking, nobody can agree. Some see a saint, some see a mystery. Some write essays, some write songs. Some spend years explaining why he's right or wrong. Yet through the noise and endless conversation, he's become a one-man global fascination, a silent center of a spinning little storm, while everyone else keeps his legend warm. He's the most important man in the world, more discussed than diamonds or pearls. Without saying a word, he dominates the scene, like a carrot duck nobody's actually seen. The best father, the finest soul, so the faithful chorus has extolled. You never hear him speaking, but the stories never end. The most important man in the world, my friend. His name is a name no one is allowed to mention, yet somehow he receives everyone's attention. And while the whole world argues, one thing's clear to see: the most important man is whoever people believe him to be.
Tony wrote a message, years had rolled away. Dave, I gave you grief back then, sorry for those days. You were only having fun, caught up in the storm, watching all the madness while the internet performed. Dave replied politely, no problem mate, it's fine. All cool, laugh out loud, that's water under time. I'm glad I left when I did, a simple little line, a sentence carrying memories from another place and time. And catch up soon, kind regards, that's how the story ends. People drift through channels, enemies become friends. Yesterday was chaos, today it's just old scars. A farewell in an email, catch up soon, kind regards.
Back in May of 22, the message hit the screen. A moderator stepping down from somewhere in between. This is nothing personal, the opening was clear, but I found it difficult watching what unfolded here. Private matters should remain, so not broadcast to the crowd. A quiet voice among the noise, not shouting, not too loud, just drawing up a boundary, then walking through the door, leaving all the arguments behind forevermore.
The battles lose their sting. The villains and the heroes become the same old thing. A message of apology, a laugh out loud reply. The internet keeps moving on while yesterday drifts by. And catch up soon, kind regards, a phrase both soft and strange. The names remain familiar, but everything can change. From moderators stepping down to conversations far apart. Sometimes the shortest email says exactly what's in the heart. Nothing personal, that's what he said before he closed the page. Just another chapter ending in the YouTube age. Catch up soon, kind regards. Catch up soon, kind regards.
What a sick, lying, poisonous toad of man. His mother didn't commit suicide. She died in a house fire. Not long after he settled in Scotland with her, after going on the run with her around Europe to escape punishment from the army. Not long before she caused a fire in a hotel room in Holland where they were staying before going to Scotland. She fell asleep with a lit cigarette, so obviously that's what happened in Scotland when she was alone. As Matt was caught and had to go to Hampshire to face the music, he never went back to deal with her body. Says it all. And as we know, Babs wasn't dead. Actor!
He uploads a video, fury in his eyes. Says, why's everybody talking? Why the rumors and the lies? He waves his hands dramatically, declares it's so unfair. The comments keep on scrolling by, and nobody cares. Someone digs up history from 15 years ago, says this changes everything that people need to know. The world keeps turning slowly, people leave and disappear. They click another cat video, 'cause nobody cares. Everybody's fighting battles, everybody's got a case. Everybody thinks their headline should be front page every day. And nobody cares, nobody cares. The internet keeps spinning while you're shouting at the air. Nobody cares, nobody cares. Your outrage is a bonfire, but it's smoke that's going nowhere. You think you found the story that the whole world needs to hear, but life's too short and people move on. Nobody cares. Person A is cruel to be, it's ugly and it's wrong. They trade insults and accusations, carry on for far too long. 100 spectators gather just to watch the latest flare. Then tomorrow something else arrives, and nobody cares. Another live stream starts tonight, another feud begins. Another villain, another saint, another loss, another win. The cycle keeps repeating like a worn-out county fair. The names all change eventually, and nobody cares. Everybody wants attention, everybody wants a crown, everybody wants a spotlight till the curtain's coming down. Nobody cares, nobody cares. The internet keeps spinning while you're shouting at the air. Nobody cares, nobody cares. Your outrage is a hurricane that vanishes somewhere. You think you found the scandal of the decade or the year, but by next week it's ancient history. Nobody cares. The bills still need paying, the kids still need feeding, the sun still rises over town. The trains still keep moving, the world keeps improving, no matter who's trying to tear it down. Maybe that's the lesson, maybe that's the cure. Most things that seem enormous aren't as important as we're sure. Nobody cares, nobody cares. The timeline keeps on flowing like a river. Oh, well, nobody cares, nobody cares. A million voices screaming but dissolving in the air. What's relevant to one of us may never reach another ear, and that's the simple truth of it. Nobody cares. So make your videos, tell your tales, fight your dragons if you dare, but don't be shocked when half the world just shrugs and says, nobody cares. Well, I stepped out the front door, coffee in my hand. The neighbors all whisper, there goes that dangerous man. I've stirred up debates from Brighton to the sea, but half the things they're blaming me for happened on TV. I'm a storyteller, dreamer, writer on the run, a political maverick who does it all for fun. Some folks call me chaos, some call me a clown, but every time they write me off, I double down. They say I'm a menace, a rebel, a fool, breaking all the unwritten internet rules. I'm Matt Taylor, hear me loud, hear me clear, making friends and enemies year after year. Social commentator with a microphone of steel, saying what I think and meaning what I feel. Some people say I'm trouble, some think I'm bizarre, some swear they'll never watch me, yet they know who you are. Call me what you want, I've got nothing to hide. I've just got big boobs and bigger ideas inside. I've written songs and stories, I've argued politics, I've watched the online outrage perform its favorite tricks. The trolls keep showing up like they're paid by the hour, but every angry comment only adds to my power. I've chased 1,000 rabbit holes, some weird and some profound, found a few conspiracies and got myself renowned. If curiosity's a crime, then lock me up today, but don't expect me to stop asking questions anyway. They say I'm impossible, hard to define, a little bit eccentric and ahead of my time. I'm Matt Taylor, hear me loud, hear me clear, making friends and enemies year after year. Social commentator with a microphone of steel, saying what I think and meaning what I feel. Some people say I'm trouble, some think I'm bizarre, some swear they'll never watch me, yet they know who you are. Call me what you want, I've got nothing to hide. I've just got big boobs and bigger ideas inside. I'm a writer, I'm a dreamer, I'm a singer in the storm. I'm a troublemaker, headline breaker, never fitting any norm. And if tomorrow they decide to paint me as the villain, I'll smile and wave and carry on. The show's just getting brilliant. I'm Matt Taylor, this is who I am. Not everybody's cup of tea, and that's part of the plan. A storyteller laughing while the world takes aim, still standing in the spotlight, still signing my name. Some people call me menace, some call me a star, some wonder how I got this far. But the answer's very simple, and I'll say it with pride. I've got big boobs, bigger ideas, and absolutely nowhere to hide. Big boobs, bigger ideas. Welcome to the wonderfully unfiltered world of Matt Taylor TV.
I watch Matt Taylor TV because he's got big bazookas like me.
Down by the edge where the cold winds cry, three sisters walked where the gulls still fly. No CCTV, no final sight, just waves that swallow the edge of time. And the town awakes with a restless mind, 5 stories lost and no clear line, rotting deer to the shining shore,
whispers of what we can't ignore. Was it accident? Was it fate? Did the tide decide their state, or is silence all we'll ever know? Oh, the sea keeps its secrets deep and wide. It never tells us what's inside. We build our truths on shifting sand, trying to understand, but the sea keeps its secrets cold and long, turning questions into song, and the echoes roll where answers fall into the waves that take it all. A man was found where the currents run, another lost beneath the sun. And every story starts the same, a name, a date, a place, a flame. But nothing fits and nothing stays, just fragments in the coastal haze. And every voice that tries to explain gets pulled back out by the tide again. Was it chance or something more? Footprints washed from every shore, or just the ocean doing what it does? Oh, the sea keeps its secrets deep and wide. It never tells us what's inside. We build our truths on shifting sand, trying to understand, but the sea keeps its secrets dark and long, turning silence into song, and the truth gets lost where the breakers call, and the souls and the rise and fall. No final frame, no closing door, just questions lying on the shore, and Brighton breathes beneath the gray as mystery drifts the road. Oh, the sea keeps its secrets soft and slow. It only lets the surface show, and we may never understand what slipped through human hand. Oh, just the waves and the wind and the night. Yeah, they hand out the map, they point to the line, they say follow the road, then you're gonna be fine. But I look at the ink, and I look at the hand, and I see a machine running over the land. Yeah, yeah. You call it tradition, you call it the law, but I'm looking close and I'm finding the flaw. The higher the pedestal, louder the shout, the quicker I am just to fill it with doubt. Call me a skeptic, a cynic, a fake. Call me the fault line, a start and a shade, or modern iconoclast, drawing a line, rejecting the script that you tried to assign. A lone contrarian walking away from every word that you wanted to stay. Yeah, call me a maverick out in the cold, who doesn't believe a single thing that he's told. Yeah. You smile on the screen with the suit and a tie, selling a truth that looks just like a lie. Another fitting in, losing my faith in every official and ghost written rage. minutes of talking, the cameras are on, but the trust that you wanted is already gone. You wanna believe it about what the need, but authority doesn't mean nothing to me. Call me a skeptic, a cynic, a fake. Call me the fault line, a start in the shade. A modern iconoclast, drawing the line, rejecting the script that you tried to assign. A lone contrarian walking away from every word that you wanted to say. Yeah, call me a maverick out in the cold, who doesn't believe a single thing that he's told. Yeah, no stamps on my skin, no brand on my mind. Leave your directives and dogmas behind. Go print your decrees on your shiny white pages. I'll be the whisper that tears down the cages. Yeah. Yeah.
High above the world of men, where the ice and silence reign, the Sherpa walked into the clouds and never came back down again. The wind still whispered through the ridges, the prayer flags still softly fly. But somewhere on the roof of Earth, a family's asking why. Days have passed, the mountain waits, hope hangs thin upon the air, and every sunrise brings the question, who will show the world they care? Every life matters on the mountain, every soul beneath the snow. No matter where you came from, no matter what you own, a dream is still a dreamer, a heart is still a heart. Everest should never judge us by the roles we're given to play. Every life matters on the mountain, every family needs to know. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. They fix the ropes that guide the climbers, break the trail through ice and storm, carry loads through deadly passages when conditions turn severe and warm. For decades they have made it possible for others to stand upon the peak. Yet when a Sherpa disappears, why does the mountain seem so bleak? It's an uncomfortable question, but it's one we can't ignore. If it had been a foreign client, would there have been so much more? Every life matters on the mountain, every soul beneath the snow. No matter where you came from, no matter what you own, a dream is still a dreamer, a heart is still a heart. Everest should never judge us by the roles we're given to play. Every life matters on the mountain, every family needs to know. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. To those who searched, we thank you.
To those who still refuse to quit, to every hand still reaching upward, to every candle that stays lit. And though we praise the efforts made, the question still remains: are some lives counted differently upon these frozen plains? Every life matters on the mountain, every climber, every guide, every father, every brother, every loved one left behind. Beyond the permits and the records, beyond the money and the fame, the highest peak on earth should never place a value on a name. Every life matters on the mountain, every family deserves the truth. For Dawa Sherpa keeps searching until the mountain gives its proof. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. Above the clouds, beneath the stars, where the cold winds endlessly roam, one simple truth should guide us all: every life matters. Bring him home.
Helen, hear me clearly, I won't fade away. I've stood in the fire of the games you play. For years you followed shadows, chasing every move, cutting up the story, twisting every truth. From channel to channel, always close behind, gathering your army, poisoning the mind. And now the spotlight's turning, now the tables spin. You call yourself the victim when the truth comes in. You can shout it louder, you can cry and plead, but every trail you left behind is written where we see. It's evidence against your word, the facts are louder than the lies you heard. You can paint yourself a saint tonight, but truth survives the darkest fight. You can claim the world is wrong, you can sing your victim song, but evidence against your word is stronger than the stories you've rehearsed. You walked into the room tonight, stirring up the flame, throwing accusations, playing out the game. Then the drama started, all the eyes turned around. Sympathy came rushing when you hit the ground. But there's another story that you never wanna tell, of the damage left behind you and the people who fell. I know the weight of darkness, I know the cost of pain, and I won't stay silent while you do it all again. There are voices standing with me, there are witnesses who know the pattern keeps repeating everywhere you go. play, but proof doesn't disappear because you wish it away. The record keeps on turning, the pages still remain, and every accusation leaves another stain. No matter how you spin it, no matter how you hide, the truth keeps coming forward with the passing of the tide. It's evidence against your word, a mountain standing tall that cannot be ignored. You can cry for sympathy, you can rewrite history. God, evidence against your word will always speak much louder than your word. I sleep with a clear conscience. That's something you can't take. The truth doesn't need permission, and it doesn't need to fake evidence against your word. Evidence against your word. That's the verdict history heard.
Scrolling through the feed at the end of the night, another live stream turning into a fight. The comments are flying, the screen's turning red. Somebody's asking what the internet said. Is she okay? Did she take too much? While the keyboard warriors lose their touch. Feels in the chat blowing up the screen, spitting out venom, the worst kind of mean. And they're typing outrage in the digital dust. Nobody to lean on, nobody to trust. Was it a cry for help or a manipulative game? Everybody's burning in the internet flame. 2 years of trolling, 2 years of lies, under the cover of a faceless disguise. Danny firing back, calling Phil a disgrace. You're a suicide troll, get out of this place. But Phil won't stop, says it's all for show. A tactical guilt trip to stop the blow. Dixxy steps in to defend her own name. 64 videos playing the game, while the spectators watch from the outside view, saying both of these sides are toxic and true. They're typing outrage in the digital dust. Nobody to lean on, nobody to trust. Was it a cry for help or a manipulative game? Everybody's burning in the internet flame. 2 years of trolling, 2 years of lies, under the cover of a faceless disguise. Just stop the fight and respect the moderator's cry, but the blood present freezes, the insults fly. From Crow's medication to faking the notes, they're tearing at flesh just to stay afloat. An unhinged circle where nobody wins, just logging you back on where the drama begins. Going live soon, that's the final threat. The ugliest story the web can get. Just turn off the screen, put the phone away, but they'll be right back here tomorrow day. Dim screen glow, the rain is on the glass. Just proved a point to Kaylee. Took her website down so fast. Chat log scroll, a little smirk upon my face. They don't respect the title or my rightful
no space. It's the rule of law. You see, it's disability discrimination, and they're making death threats. Need to call the station. I'm the one who feels distressed and full of fear. Funny how they twist the words and don't see things so clear. So I just keep on typing till my power's understood. HRH, King James, IX, Alfred, yeah, it's all good. Now I'm demanding links just to get onto the stream, to show them who's the ruler of this digital kingdom dream. Yeah. He walked through fire, he walked through pain, through shattered dreams and endless rain. A royal marine who'd seen it all, but refused to let the darkness call. Hong Kong nights and demons deep, the battles fought when none could see. From rock bottom to the mountain sky, he chose to live, he chose to fly. When less a man would fade away, he found the strength to face the day. One step forward, one more climb, defying fate, defying time. Grace makes you dead. You stood upon the top of the wall. From the streets to Everest, you raise your flag, your spirit unfold. Grace makes you dead. A legend written into the snow. From the depths of despair to the highest place a man can go. Across the oceans, row by row, across the deserts, burning gold. John Oak roads down to Land's End. The road was long but would not bend. Near 60 years upon this earth, still proving what a life is worth. A positive mental attitude can carry giants through the storm. The mountain tested every breath, the freezing winds, the shadow of death. Yet onward still he found a way. One more step into the day. Grace made you did it. You stood upon the top of the world. From the streets to Everest, you raised your flag, your spirit on fire. Grace made you did it. A legend written into the snow. From the depths of despair to the highest place a man can go. And in the death zone, cold and high, a Sherpa brother lost his life. Hillary Dawa, rest in peace. May your spirit forever rise. Then on the mountain's brutal face, a climber fighting for his place. No oxygen, no hope in sight. Chris answered with his final fight. Not for glory, not for fame, not for headlines or a name, but because that's what heroes do. When another soul depends on you. Dressmates, you did it. The final summer tear of the year. Standing higher than any man with courage. on the final day. The spring of 26 was slipping away. Up at 26,000 feet in the sky, where the air runs thin and the shadows lie, Dawa sat down on his pack, heavy loads on his shoulders, no turning back. He said, go on ahead, brother, I'll be fine. As the headlamps faded on the borderline, and the mountain went silent, the freezing night fell. 6 days in the shadows of an icy hell. They searched from the sky, they found no sign of life. Just a family praying through the cold and the strife. But the spirit survives when the hope is all gone. A miracle on Everest is walking at dawn. Sirens of gossip began to contend. Contracts and permits, where does duty end? The ladders were pulling right out of the ice, while a family paid a forgotten price. No oxygen left, no shelter, no food. Alone in the dark where the elements brood. But down in the crevices out of the blind, a heartbeat was fighting the clock in his mind. And the mountain went silent, the freezing night fell. 6 days in the shadows of an icy hell. They searched from the sky, they found no sign of life. Just a family praying through the cold and the strife. But the spirit survives when the hope is all gone. A miracle on Everest is walking at dawn. June the 4th in the Kumbu, the cleanup crew stares, a shape in the whiteout and answer to prayers. He's sliding, he's crawling, he's dragging his frame. The man from Okalonga who conquered the pain. With frostbitten fingers and words moving slowly, he beat the death zone in the kingdom of snow. And the mountain went silent, but the story is told of a 6-day survival in the ultimate cold. They searched from the sky, they found no sign of life. But he crawled through the ice, far away from the knife. Yes, the spirit survives when the hope is all gone. A miracle on Everest is walking at dawn.
Airlifted to safety, the danger is past. Hillary Dawa is coming home at last. The world looks up at the peak in the sky and remembers the strength that refuses to die. Walking at dawn, he's coming
He talks from his anus, that's what they all say. 6 weeks of phase one, but he stretched it to May. 3 months in the glass house for a spliff and a lie. Couldn't pay his way out, so he waved goodbye. Ask me anything, it's straight there, no waffle. No veteran knows him, he's just a lost tosser. Water pistol soldier, can't handle the truth. Matt likes a veteran, but can't remember his youth. Convict wears Nat's wife, fronts like a hat on his head. Drinks Lambrani in the woods where the young boys are led. Invites me round his gap, then he cries when I'm coming. Says I'm making threats, mate, your mouth keeps on running. Ask me anything, it's straight there, no waffle. No veteran knows him, he's just a lost tosser. Water pistol soldier, can't handle the truth. Matt likes a veteran, but can't remember his youth. He was bullied in basic, prime target, can't keep gop shut. Zero tolerance for drugs, well fancy that, what a nut. Kicked himself out, couldn't pay for the ride. Now he makes gay music that convict loves deep inside. Ask me anything, it's straight there, no waffle. No veteran knows him, he's just a lost tosser. What a pistol soldier, can't handle the truth. Matt likes a veteran, but can't remember his youth. Can't remember his youth. Mouse hurt people. Some people just need their mouths taped shut. Since it's coming, stock the Vaseline up.
months of silence, nowhere to be found. Then back in the comments, feet under the ground. First thing he types, my name of course. Obsession running like a one-way horse. No mention of family, no mention of work. Just Matt Taylor this, Matt Taylor that. What a jerk. He vanished for weeks and came back the same, still hiding behind a made-up name. Who are you, Daddy, when you're not typing lies? Just a ghost in the chat with no alibi. Ask him his regiment, ask him his rank. He'll call you a nonce and then go blank. He needs me to matter, that's the saddest part. The man without a name, with a broken heart. He says I was bullied, says I was in clink, says phase one was 6 weeks. Mate, what do you think? 3 months in the glass house, that's my news to tell. But he'd know all about it from his fantasy. He demands my proof, but won't show his own. Sends his little mates when he's on his own. Convicted in the woods with his Lamborghini, fighting Danny's battles, 'cause Danny can't be free. Who are you, Danny, when you're not typing lies? Just a ghost in the chat with no alibi. Ask him his regiment, ask him his rank. He'll call you a nonce and then go blank. He needs me to matter, that's the saddest part. The man without a name, with a broken heart. Where did you go for those 2 months on rehab arrest? Did you hurt someone? You came back angry, you came back cold. Same old story, same old lies told. I don't need you, Danny, to know who I am. I've got my record, I've got my fam. You've got a keyboard and a fake ID and a one-man war that's killing me, no, killing me. He talks about justice, he talks about police, says he's coming for me, still no release. 3 years he's been at it, 3 long years, and all he's got to show is a handful of sneers. I ask him a question, he changes the chat. Look, a squirrel like a rat in a flat. He wants me to break, he wants me to fall, but I'm still here standing. He's still a name on a wall. So welcome back, Danny, to the same old show. You haven't grown, you got nowhere to go. Ask yourself one thing before you type my game in. Who am I when Matt Taylor doesn't answer? Just a pen with no paper. Just a man with no name. Just a with no name. Breaking news across the web. Guess who's crawled out once again? Looking for a brand new clip. Ready for another trip. Says he doesn't really care. Yet it's always hanging there. Watching every single show. Following wherever content goes. Round and round the wheel spins on. Different day, same old song. Every time it says goodbye. Back again before July. The mouse is back, the mouse is back. Running down the same old track. Watch it, clip it, upload it too. Then present it as something new. The mouse is back, the mouse is back. Living off another act. Round and round the cycle goes. Everybody knows, everybody knows. There's a channel full of treasure. Content borrowed beyond measure. Every thumbnail, every frame. Different title, same old game. Somehow every road it takes leads to fresh content it can remake. Every stream and every view becomes tomorrow's breaking news. Internet detective stare, trying to understand the flair. How can someone look away and come back every single day? The mouse is back, the mouse is back. Running down the same old track. Watch it, clip it, upload it too. Then present it as something new. The mouse is back, the mouse is back. Living off another act. Round and round the cycle goes. Everybody knows, everybody knows. A farewell speech, a final post, a promise made with utmost boast. Yet before the echoes fade, another appearance has been made. Watch, react, recycle, share. Find some content anywhere. The mystery remains the same. Why return again and again? The mouse is back, the mouse is back. Running down the same old track. Watching MattTaylorTV all night. Searching for a clip to cite. The mouse is back, the mouse is back. The internet's familiar act. Watch, react, upload, repeat. Marching to the same old beat. Watch, react, upload, repeat. Watch, react, upload, repeat. The mouse is back. Doing what it does best. Got a novel on my laptop. 50 chapters left to write. A deadline creeping closer, like a thief in the night. Got ideas by the dozen. Got the plot line Instead I'm watching videos called The History of Porridge. My masterpiece is waiting, but inspiration's hard to borrow. So I'll just write a song about it and start the book tomorrow. When you've got a big job to do, the smartest thing is something new. Avoid the mountain, climb a tree, do literally anything free. I've got a story to write, but this song feels more important tonight. The work can wait, I've got a plan. I'll procrastinate as fast as I can. The dishes need attention. There's a garden full of weeds. I've alphabetized my spices and organized my seeds. I cleaned the fridge at midnight, sorted every sock and shoe, because suddenly all those things seemed absolutely crucial to do. I've checked but never penciled. I've adjusted every chair. I've checked the weather forecast for a town that's nowhere near. My manuscript is glaring like a disappointed father, while I'm writing 17 verses about doing something rather. When you've got a big job to do, the smartest thing is something new. Polish a spoon, learn Klingon too. Just don't do what you're meant to do. I've got a story to write, but this rhyme is coming together alright. The work can wait, I've got a plan. I'll procrastinate as fast as I can. Tomorrow I'll be focused. Tomorrow I'll be great. Tomorrow I'll be disciplined, efficient, sharp, first rate. But tomorrow keeps on moving and somehow never comes. So today I'll write this chorus, then maybe learn the drums. When you've got a big job to do, find 20 smaller things that's true. Rearrange your desk, your shed, your van, become the world's most busy man. I've got a story to write, but I wrote this song instead tonight. If avoiding work's an art form, then I'm a certified professional, my friend. The story's still unwritten, the deadline's drawing near, but at least I've got a catchy song to justify wasting the DJ Darkside's got a plan, he's thought it through all night. A brand new law for Britain to put the world to rights. No more routers, no more Wi-Fi, no more online fun, till you've had a medical and the paperwork is done. You wanna post on YouTube, you wanna have your say. First a man in a white coat must sign your form today. Blood pressure normal, vision looking fine. Can you read a comment section without committing a crime? Medical before broadband, that's the order of the day. Need a doctor's recommendation before you're allowed
be permanently banned. The waiting room is crowded, stretching round the block. A fellow dressed as Sherlock Holmes is arguing with Spock. A man insists the pigeons work for MI5. The nurse writes down, potentially more sane than most online.
A gamer starts explaining why his ranking isn't fair. The doctor shakes his head and says, there's no helping you in there.
Can you handle Twitter? Can you survive TikTok? Can you spend 5 minutes online without receiving shock? Before broadband, that's the future DJ sees. Psych evaluations, forms and consultations fees. Medical before broadband, a visionary master plan. Though half the people judging would fail the test themselves, my man.
Who decides who's crazy? Who decides who's not?
The bloke who spends 12 hours a day arguing in comment slots. The expert says you're qualified. The crowd begins to cheer. Then somebody reads YouTube comments and gets detained for a year.
Patient claims everyone else is insane.
Diagnosis?
Excessive internet.
Treatment.
More internet. Good heavens! Medical before broadband. DJ Darkside's grand decree. A health check for your modem and your online history. Medical before broadband, the funniest policy around, because insanity's the entry fee. There'd be nobody online. Lies. No gamers. No trolls. No influencers selling crystals. No comment sections. Actually, to the wild side, step inside the show where the stories get stranger than the things you think you know. From Brighton to the internet, the circus rolls along with satire songs and madness all wrapped inside a song. Some call me a rebel, some call me insane. Some say I'm a troublemaker dancing in the rain, but I won't fit the boxes that they try to build for me. I'd rather chase the impossible and see what I can see. Raise your voice, raise your glass. We're not here to let life pass. Question everything you're told. Never let your spirit fall. Welcome to the world of MattTaylorTV, where the weird and wonderful run completely free. Join the family, join the fun. The adventure's only just begun. Laugh a little louder, dream a little more. Kick down every locked and dusty door. Welcome to the world of MattTaylorTV, where the strange become reality. We've got music for the dreamers and the fighters in the night. Stories for the wanderers still searching for the light. Politics and comedy, conspiracies and art. 1,000 different pathways from a single beating heart. The critics keep on talking, let them say what they will. Every mountain standing there just gives another hill. We're builders of our own road, we're captains of our fate, and we're far too busy living to be bothered by the hate. Raise your voice, raise your glass. We're not here to let life pass. Question everything you're told. Never let your spirit fall. Welcome to the world of MattTaylorTV, where the weird and wonderful run completely free. Join the family, join the fun. The adventure's only just begun. Laugh a little louder, dream a little more. Kick down every locked and dusty door. Welcome to the world of MattTaylorTV, where the strange become reality. No script, no map, no safety net, just stories still unfolding yet. Through every victory, every fall, the greatest journeys trying it all. The dreamers gather side by side, with curiosity as their guide. No matter where you've come from, friend, the road keeps going round the bend. Welcome to the world of MattTaylorTV, where imagination writes the destiny. Join the family, join the fun. The adventure's only just begun. Raise your banner to the sky. Never be afraid to ask why. Welcome to the world of MattTaylorTV. You sway what I say, and that's the way it'll always be. Welcome aboard. Fasten your seatbelt. Ignore the strange noises. It only gets stranger from here.
Black glitter on a summer night, neon burning, pier lights bright. Kids are laughing, music loud, holiday faces in the crowd. Cocktails flowing by the shore, some walk home, some nevermore. The channel whispers soft and low, calling to the ones below. And the waves don't care your name, don't care your wealth or fame. One wrong step, one sudden tide, and the sea pulls you inside. Daily Brighton, beautiful and cold. The sea can take the young, the sea can take the old. Daily Brighton, under moonlit skies, the water looks like heaven till somebody dies. Winter storms and thunder rain, broken umbrellas in the lane. Waves explode against the wall, people stop and watch them fall. But summer hides the danger well, sunburned skin and carousel. Tourists dancing near the tide, never seeing what may hide. And the undertow runs deep, dragging secrets that it keeps. Dark beneath the postcard, seen far more savage than it seems. Daily Brighton, beautiful and cold. The sea can take the brave, the reckless the Brighton sky. Lifeboats racing through the night, blue lights flashing out of sight. Family is waiting on the land, praying for a helping hand. The sea gives beauty, the sea gives fear, and every year it takes someone near. Deadly Brighton, still the crowds will come for sunsets on the promenade and pounding seaside drums. Deadly Brighton, the pier lights never lie. There's danger in the water where the black waves rise. Brighton calling, Brighton calling to the living and the lost.
He walks into the room like the world belongs to him, talking like a prophet, like he's free of every sin. Every mirror tells him he's a king above the crowd, but empty vessels rattle and they always sound the loudest loud. He points his finger everywhere, but never at himself. Building golden statues out of dust upon the shelf. You think you're everything, but you're nothing at all. Standing 10 feet tall, with a shadow so small, screaming for attention, like a king without a throne, surrounded by the people, yet dying all alone. You think you're everything, the center of the sky. The truth cuts deeper than the stories and the lies. All your moral glory starts crumbling in the end, when the mask finally slips and there's nothing left to defend. He laughs at weaker people to feel bigger for a while. Wears arrogance like diamonds, I just fear behind a smile. Every conversation has to lead back to his name. A prisoner of vanity, addicted to the game. The real giants whisper softly, they don't need the noise. Wisdom never shouts itself like insecure little boys. You think you're everything, but you're nothing at all. Standing 10 feet tall, with a shadow so small,
is trembling underneath, wrapped in silk and ego, with insecurity beneath. You built your world on applause, on illusion and disguise, but truth arrives eventually and strips away the lies.
You thought you were everything, but you were never whole. Just a lonely little actor, playing God to save your soul. Now the crowd keeps walking as the curtain slowly closed, and the man who wanted worship finds nobody even knows. You thought you were everything, but nothing lasts forever. When there's nothing
I am Arthur, King of the Britons.
I am Oz, the great and powerful. Who are you?
Good morning, just to keep you in the loop. I am still looking into this incident, and will update you further as soon as I have an update. Thank you in advance for your patience.
Good morning, how are you today? I know you're waiting, hoping for a change. The wheels are turning, the work goes on, though answers sometimes take a little long. I'm following the trail wherever it leads, checking every detail, every clue I need. I haven't forgotten, you're still on my mind, searching for the answers we're hoping to find. The story isn't finished, there's more to unfold. Some things take time before the truth is told. Just to keep you in the loop, I'm still looking into it. I'm following the evidence piece by piece and bit by bit. I'll update you further the moment that I know, when the missing pieces finally start to show. Thank you for your patience while I work my way through, just to keep you in the loop. I'm still looking into it for you. Every question deserves an honest reply, so I'm taking the time instead of rushing by. I'd rather bring the facts than guesses in the dark, building up the picture, marking every mark. The road may wind and the answers may hide, but I'm still moving forward with purpose as my guide. And when I have an update, you'll be first to hear, 'cause keeping you informed is why I'm here. But story isn't finished, there's more to unfold. Some things take time before the truth is told. Just to keep you in the loop, I'm still looking into it, following the evidence piece by piece and bit by bit. I'll update you further the moment that I know, when the missing pieces finally start to show. Thank you for your patience while I work my way through,
I'm still looking into it for you. Patience is a virtue, that's what they always say. And every careful step brings us closer every day. No promises of timing, but a promise I'll be true. The next update I have will be coming straight to you. Just to keep you in the loop, I'm still looking into it. The answer may be coming, I can almost picture it. I'll update you further as soon as I have news. With facts and not assumptions, nothing left to lose. Thank you in advance for your patience all the way through. Good morning, just to keep you in the loop. I'm still looking into it for you. Happy 16th birthday, welcome to the next level. A brand new chapter waiting, a chance to shine and revel. Life is what you make it, life is what you think. The thoughts inside your mind become the colors that you paint. If you think the road is hard, the road can feel that way. But if you see the sunshine, you'll find a brighter day. Your thoughts reflect the world around, they're powerful and true. So fill your mind with project to achieve in everything you do. Banish all the doubts and fears, leave the negatives behind. You are what you think you are, so guard and guide your mind. Happy birthday, Lewis. This world is in your hands. You've got the heart and courage to achieve your greatest plans. There'll be highs and there'll be lows, that's just the way life goes. But you've already shown the strength that every winner knows. Happy birthday, Lewis. Keep reaching for the sky. You're a prince amongst men already, and that's no lie. Stick with the plan, stay true to who you are, and one day you'll be king, my son. You'll go so very far. There'll be challenges before you, there'll be mountains left to climb, but you've got the right mentality to conquer them in time. Don't worry when the storms arrive, don't fear the winds that blow. You've proved yourself again and again, you've already let it show. You've got the looks, intelligence, a spirit shining bright, the attitude to face the day and win every good fight. Everything you need is there, it's living in your soul. The drive to be the best of the best and reach your highest goal. Keep believing in yourself, keep your dreams alive. The future's waiting just ahead, and you were born to thrive. Happy birthday, Lewis. This world is in your hands. You've got the heart and courage to achieve your greatest plans. There'll be highs and there'll be lows, that's just the way life goes. But you've already shown Watching you grow stronger has been my joy each day. Seeing you prosper, seeing you rise has been the greatest blessing in my eyes. Happy 16th birthday, Lewis. This is your time to shine. The future stands before you and the stars are all aligned. Love life as much as life loves you. Embrace each brand new day. Keep your head held high and never let your dreams drift away. Happy birthday, Lewis. May your journey be sublime. May happiness and success be with you for all time. Smash your saw. The world is waiting. Go and show them who you are. Happy birthday, Lewis, my son, my shining star. Happy 16th birthday.
Welcome to the next level. The world is in the palm of your hands, and I couldn't be prouder of you.